All right, good evening, everybody, and welcome to Legacy Mastermind. If you're new here, my name is Sheena Chater Wheeler, and I am the host. I hope this host this call at the last Sunday of every month from Avondale, Newfoundland, Canada, and everybody is welcome. As always, we ask if you can come on, have your cameras on, just because it's a better energy. But if not, that is good. It is going to be recorded. Each Sunday, we log in to bring you trainers to help you expand your business, share tips and tricks, and as always, encourage you to log on to see what our trainers are going to have to say. So each month we have a different trainer who is going to train on a topic that I give them. And this month we have my friend Leslie Hurst. Leslie and I met at a conference that our company puts off in Vegas in 2023. And she braided my hair. We bonded over weed, and we have been sideline sisters ever since. Our success doesn't affect each other, but we help encourage and coach each other, um, and help each other succeed, making sure we are in fact recorded. Yes. Okay. So Leslie has been a nurse for 27 years. She's been a realtor for 16. She is the CEO of her own company, Agewise, a consulting firm for seniors. She started her network marketing company 13 years ago and reached the third highest level of her business. Leslie played international rugby with Team Canada and has coached multiple championship teams. And she is the proud mama to two girls, Brooke and Tegan. And she is currently in a stage of rebuilding her own network marketing business and age-wise and her own personal life. So I thought who better to have trained on rebuilding than Leslie. So without further ado, my dear sideline sister and friend, Leslie Hurst.
Sheena, thanks so much for having me and inviting me on to share. Um, I love this format, and I know one of the things I've learned most in entrepreneurship is you got to stay in the game, which means you got to stay in the arena, which means you got to stay around other like-minded people, business owners like Sheena. And the trainer that she had last week, it was dynamite. I learned a ton and took pages of notes. So I'm grateful for the opportunity always to learn because, like they say, if you're not learning, you're dying. So I'm grateful for the opportunity to share a little bit about my story and my background. So I was gonna say, I grew up in a upper middle class family. You know, did everything that was expected of me. Got good grades in school. Was a well-rounded student. Went off to university where I joke all the time. I majored in rugby, minored in nursing, but managed to graduate. While I was there, I just fell madly in love with the sport of rugby, and that changed everything for me in terms of setting big goals and being willing to do the work to achieve them. So the first point I'm going to make on training today is you have to ask yourself every day if you're in the game or not. Are you really in the game, or are you really just spectating? Are you really just watching from the sidelines? So I invite you to put your best player on the field. That's you. No matter what your business is, it doesn't operate without you. So make sure that you're out there participating, leading from the front, showing people how it's done. Because it's one thing to, especially in network marketing, we want to have a team. We want to coach our team, but if they don't see you doing it, then that's the most important thing we can do as leaders. When we're looking to grow through especially network marketing, through the compensation plan, it's never a singular effort, right? It's always a team effort. And so it's so important to coach yourself first and make sure you're showing up and giving it your all. And, I think sports for me changed a lot of things, but the analogies parallel so much for me in life and in business. So, maybe you're not an athlete and that's fine, but you probably understand the concept of, there's recreational sports or like phys ed. Everybody has to take phys ed in school. You got to go, you got to put on the uniform, you got to show up. If the ball comes at you, you got to catch it, bump it, whatever they're telling you to do. You just got to get in there, do it. Might not be your favorite thing. And that's okay. Everybody's welcome to play, right? And that's the thing about network marketing. Everyone's welcome. You might just be, you might just like the community. You might just like, the one sport, whatever. But everyone's allowed to come and participate. And it's in the trying that you get better at anything. So you might suck at first. In fact, most people do suck at first. And the point is it something you want to like? When I found the rugby ball, couldn't put it down. It was a part of me. And so if you're in a business where you haven't had that feeling where you're like super lit up about it, then you probably should find another business. And that doesn't mean it doesn't mean you're going to be lit up every minute of every day. That's not realistic. But if you're going to choose to put your valuable time into an endeavor, you got to ask yourself, are you playing as a rec person? Are you just there just for the runaround? Or do you actually want to get good at what you're doing? And, or do you want to get great at what you're doing? And, in network marketing, like our happy shoppers are like those phys ed students that had to take phys ed. Only they get to, in our business, they're just happy consumers. And, every company in the network marketing model space offers a product or service, or it wouldn't be a legitimate business. And so whatever that is for our listeners, you just want to ask yourself, are you just there to be like the house league, recreational? Are you just there to, get a little run around, make a few friends? Cool. All are welcome here. But if you want to get better and you want to earn more money and you want to work through the compensation plan, you got to ask yourself, what are you willing to do that's extra? Because the very basics aren't going to get you to the top of any comp plan. It, it's not enough. You need, again, um, it's like trying to launch a rocket. You need, most of the fuel is consumed in one very brief burst, and then from there it gets easier. And I think a lot of times people join or they start a business and they never really are willing to do the work, or they never actually get around to actually doing the work that's required to generate the volume that's required to move ourselves through that success plan. And if you're treating it like a recreational athlete, you're never going to get there. Like, you might just be very, and that's fine. If you don't have goals, if the goal isn't to earn the extra money and people are just looking for the friendships, and then stay where you are, and that's fine. Because part of what we do in our business is we want people who are very loyal, happy customers. So I've got a lot of people in my business who I would say are um, like, they're happy shoppers. They're shopping at wholesale. They're happy. I still continue to encourage them to be part of our team, because the thing about my business is our team is kind of a mash of the house league or phys ed participants versus the people who want to get a little better, as well as, if you've ever heard the term sweat, for somebody who's like working hard every shift, always out there trying to earn all the things, trying to really bring excellence or raise the bar. We all play kind of on the same team. So it's about respecting each other and recognizing, as a leader, who in your team isn't happy with the house league style, who wants a little bit more. Go to those people and offer them more. Ask them what they want. Draw it out of them. Help the team that you're recruiting and the people that you're recruiting see what's in it for them with that little bit of extra effort. And some people might think they just don't have what it takes, that, maybe they're only ever meant to be that, the phys ed kid or like the rec kid. But maybe you see something in them. And I would challenge, as a leader, you want to see something in everyone, whoever says yes to you, whether it's to use your product or service or to join your business and develop the skills of a leader, because everyone has that within them. And it just takes one person to see it in you when you couldn't see it in yourself. So you probably have somebody like this in your life who saw greatness in you and you didn't see it. I want you to, just send that person love and blessings, and maybe even reach out to them and thank them for that, and tell them what the impact that it made, that you were the person that came to mind when I thought about this. And I think when you plant those little seeds and those little compliments and those little shares and those little touch points, and you're actually building the people, it's impossible not to build the business. If you're building people, your business can't not grow. And if you're not building the people around you, your business cannot grow. Right. And we can, like Sheena, I love her dearly. I told her, you can't be the lone wolf girl. Like, but it's good because she's in her lane, which is awesome, because there's not enough people who, if she knows where she's going, and heaven knows she does. I think for those of you who already follow her, she put her head down. She's going for a goal. She made it happen. That that's how you get stuff done, right? And that's leading from the front, and that's showing anybody you can too. It's a decision you make to not quit, to decide that you're going to get better. Maybe you had a crappy day, like, again, the sports analogy, a crappy practice. There's one skill you're struggling with. Focus on what you're great at and surround yourself with people who are great at the things you're not. That's what makes a great team. Not everybody can be the prolific goal scorer or a try scorer or a tackler. Everybody has their strength. It's about creating a supporting cast. And in my region, we call that whānau. It's like the family you choose for yourself, but all are welcome. Like, again, the people who say they're running to the top and you don't see them, they're just on the milk carton, and you're not really sure what happened to them. They're still welcome when they resurface, because they will. Life happens to people. So it's like this beautiful blend of stay in your lane like Sheena, and also don't forget to bring others with you and to reach back and lift others, right? Like, pouring that little compliment, noticing when somebody's making the effort. And again, because especially in network marketing businesses, the effort doesn't always show up the same day you put it in. Like the results don't show up the same day you put in the effort. It's a culmination of a million asks and reps and, and questions and follow-ups. And you know what? Swings and misses, the times we drop the ball. You got to get back in the game on the next day. And that's super, super important to rebuilding anything. So, we know in sport too, not every team's going to be a winning team and not every season's going to be a winning season. And the best team doesn't always win. All we have control over is our effort. I'm coaching a team right now. We have 5 girls new to hockey at the U15 majors. So they're all 14 years old trying hockey for the first time. We're in first place. And it isn't because of skill. But I said to the girls, what we don't have in skill, which no one has when they first start anything, we make up for that in effort. So you got to bring the effort. You got to put the effort into your business. You got to, especially when you don't feel like it. When I was training for World Cup and going to the gym between all the other million, like nobody opens up your schedule and says, oh, I understand you're training for World Cup. Here's a few extra hours a day to go train. You don't feel like it, but you go because you keep your eye on the goal. You keep your eye on where, like Sheena and I are going to be in Maui together. I see that. It brings a tear to my eye. I cannot wait for that moment with Sheena. And we're, again, not attached to each other's business, but holding the vision and holding the space and believing. I would never doubt that Sheena can get there. So why would I ever doubt myself? So again, I think as an athlete, as a business owner, you have to believe in yourself. And if you're not believing in yourself, you got to tell yourself a new story. So notice the chitter chatter that goes between your ears on the days where you got the stinking thinking or that shitty roommate in your head that you would never speak like that to someone else. Notice that shit talk to yourself and knock it off. Like that, it's not serving you, right? It's not, the energy doesn't lie. So when you're in a crappy energy around, again, I could tell you a million stories of failure. I could tell you the numbers about how 4 years ago today, our team promoted to the regional vice president level in my company. It was like the long sought after, the car bonus, all the things. And it was such a beautiful achievement. And the path isn't always up from there. And that's okay. I will never not be in the game. I know now what it took to achieve it. And I would never not redo that work to get there once again. I was able to spend, I've seen now what it is to be at the VP level in these companies. Like in our company, we always say it's a Benz, not a bike, and it's Maui, not Michigan. Like they're giving some big ticket things for you to earn. Go for it like a competitor. And so again, sometimes you go out there to play. Maybe we're just putting the reps in. Maybe we're just going out for a run around. Maybe we're going out to make friends. But what if we're playing to win? So now you're asking yourself, are you on the field? Are you playing to win? Playing to win looks different than just playing, right? I'm going to repeat that. Playing to win looks different than just playing, and winning feels way better than not winning, right? But I would rather lose a close fought game than crush the competition too. We want to be challenged. We want to be getting better. And we can recognize that if we're doing our job in our business and we're adding customers and we're adding business partners, and we're building, especially in the network marketing space, again, we've got to welcome everybody. Some people are beginners, other people are more veteran, but that doesn't mean they don't still need your support. So we've created easy systems to follow. So again, if you fall off the wagon or things get pushed to the back burner, it's always a good day to start fresh. So I love also the concept. This is a concept I use for nutrition coaching, for coaching my athletes, is clean the slate. Something didn't go well, clean the slate. Erase it, start fresh. We can decide at any moment of any given day to start fresh. So you know what? You don't look at the clock and say, okay, it's quarter to whatever and I've squandered the day. No, how much time do you have left? What small things could you do? What reps could you put in to your business, to your daily method of operating, to your follow-ups, to your fresh asks, to your intentional networking? Where could you go to meet new people so you're not asking the same people in and out, day in and day out? Sometimes there could be a diamond just waiting for you to ask, right? Like, who have you not asked yet? I also always ask my team too, if you could pick your winning team, and for sure they would say yes, who would you ask? And why haven't you asked them yet or today to take a fresh look? What's going on. And this is being recorded last day in November. We have one more month of this year. Don't put your 2025 goal into 2026, right? I'm okay. Like, I love the idea of forecasting. Where will you be a year from now? when we are a month out from the end of 2026, where will you be? Beautiful. But don't next month yourself. Don't take today off. Don't take the rest of December off because it's December. Everyone, that's what average people do. They're like, oh, well, I'm just dialing it in. Like, I got a lot of holiday parties. Go to the holiday parties with purpose. Introduce yourself proudly. When people ask what you do, be prepared with just a quick and easy, like little elevator pitch. And if you haven't worked on a quick story introducing yourself in terms of who you are, your background, how you were introduced to what you're doing, and how, like, speak the transformation you want for yourself because of it, or what you felt. Again, with our products, you can feel a difference, you can see a difference. It's pretty easy to convey. A picture does speak 1,000 words. I actually just finished my 30 days healthy living today, and now I've got another testimonial of how amazing I feel. 30 days, putting all the stuff that we swear is so good for us just makes us feel like garbage. When we actually eliminate it, we feel so much better. Now, I will enjoy the festivities of December because life is about balance. And this is the other thing too that I want to, like a great training point in terms of rebuilding your business is enough has to be enough. You don't need to live, breathe, eat, sleep. You have to have a life outside of your business or you burn yourself out. So you have to have things that are non-negotiable and fit those things in, but make sure your business is among those things. It can't be all consuming. It can't be every minute. It can't be all the time, right? You have to rest. You have to nourish. You have to reset your mind. You have to learn. And just being able to carry on those conversations and asking those questions so you can sort of gauge the people you're speaking to, whether they're super interested in your product or service or interested in joining your business. Where do they fit among that? Are they just here for a good time? Are they here for a fun time? Is this somebody you could see has a little bit of a competitive spirit, has a little bit of, or like are super like a hunger? Um, One of the other business mentors that I've worked with through Agewise, my consulting firm, we're trying to talk about the idea, like, we need to consider, we're looking for a hungry audience. So whatever it is that you offer, who's hungry for it? And if they're not hungry for it, how can you make them hungry for it? How can you help somebody see what they can't see yet in terms of what aligning with you as either a business leader or their consultant for, guidance for me, it's healthy aging, nutrition, and skincare. That's what we share. And obviously in real estate, those conversations, again, I've learned the skills in my other businesses that treat me well in Arbonne. What you do today isn't going to likely pay you today. Not to say it couldn't. It's going to pay you 30, 60, 90 days down the track if you're professional in your follow-up. So, set a plan, set a goal, look at your upcoming season, whatever that looks like for you. What can you do to ensure it's a winning season? If you need to work on your skill, then do it. I think we can always brush up on our skills. If it's our effort that we need to improve, that we have control over, right? So just ask yourself, if this is so important to me, where can I put in the effort? And allow yourself to visualize the win. If you're playing to win, you want to be able to see and feel the win, feel how great it feels to win. I was so excited to reach out to Sheena when she achieved her promotion last month. And I know she had this trip planned and, nobody deserves it more. You got to be able to schedule your life. And this is part of why we own businesses. So we have choice and freedom and extra money and the resources to be able to go. And, Sheena talks to a few people while she's on her vacation. And now that's also a business expense. So there's a lot of smart reasons why aligning with and treating it like a business. So making sure if you're going to win at this business, you need to win at the financial side of it, the earning versus if you're spending more money in your business than you're making, it's not a successful business yet. But you still need to be willing to invest in your business and invest in yourself. So I think that's extremely important, and be willing to put in the extra. And if you want more than what, again, maybe the person who sponsored you into your business isn't super active in your business, that's okay. That doesn't limit you. Right? Reach up higher in your success, in the success line, to somebody above who can help or mentor. Reach out to a successful business owner, even from another company. And like, what are you doing? Like, we're really here to help. When one succeeds, we all succeed. We're not here to recruit people away from whatever businesses they're invested in. We're here to cheer the loudest and edify people's decisions to build a business, to get in the game, stay in the game, to start, especially when it's something new and uncomfortable, right? And to be willing to suck at first, and to be willing to keep sucking, and to have shitty seasons even when you don't suck, and know, like, sometimes the results aren't all on you. And that's liberating and empowering at the same time, right? The idea that, if it is to be, it's up to me. And sometimes I can give it my best effort and the results don't always show up right away. Don't quit in those days. Stop noticing the things you don't want to see in your business. Notice the things you do want to see. Notice the people that do show up on the calls or that do attend the events you've invited them to or that do, return your messages and, ask great questions. And um, that's how leaders are built. And that's how winning teams are built, regardless of what kind of team you're building. What I know is while I'm definitely rebuilding in some seasons, I've got a lot of exciting things on the go. I keep my mind on the long-term vision of the legacy I'm building and the dynasty I'm building. It is never going to be about one winning season. But my winning season 4 years ago taught me, and most of the world still thinks I'm at the same. Most people don't know that there's ebbs and flows in business or that I'm in a quieter season, will say, and that's okay. They don't need to know. What they see is I'm not, they never need to wonder, is she still doing that thing? Like being a lifer and being committed and being willing to be in it for the long haul, that's where the beauty lies. That's where the real reward lies. But I'll tell you what, when they announce the AIT trip tomorrow and where we're going on our trip, I'm going for it. Like all balls to the walls, like we're going for it because I know by earning that trip, I'm also going to earn the next promotion that I've got my target set on. And the only way for me to do that is to help my people in my team succeed. And so that lights me up. And I'm looking for winners. I'm everyone's welcome. The phys ed kid, the rec kid, they're welcome to play my team. They're welcome to learn. They're welcome to bring it. Sometimes maybe just cheering the loudest. But I encourage you to, with more purpose than ever, decide what your next winning season looks like and go for it. Be willing to put in the effort. Be the best player on your own team. And make it so that everyone in your world knows, like you're all in. You're not toe dipping. The mascara is running down your face like you're a wreck because you're all in. And you should be sweaty. I tell my girls when they get off the ice, if you look cute at the end, you didn't skate hard enough. Like you should be exhausted and sweaty and like that's where the exhilaration comes. For anyone who's listening, if you're someone who's into working out or even after yoga, the savasana of laying there, like that is the reward we're after, is that feeling like you kept that agreement to yourself and that you pushed yourself even when you didn't feel like it. And that's the victory. And that's what your peers are seeing. That's what your prospects are seeing. It's what my kids are seeing. And that's what I want them to see is like, there's no question, is mom going to quit or give up? Like, what? No, that is not in our vocabulary at my house. And you know what? I'll be out at every practice and every game and every, upline call, training call. If there's a conference, I'm at it. I don't take the time off because I want to be exceptional. And I hope all of you know you can be exceptional too and you can win too. So be willing to put in the effort, show up with excellence, be willing to find the extra if it's not right within your grasp. Decide what you want and go for it. Like start by deciding what you want, go for it for the winning season and know you're worthy of it, because regardless of how many times you have to rebuild, somebody comes into your business and they fall out just as quickly. That's okay. And when as leaders, when we set people up to not think that that's normal, we're not doing our industry a service, right? We want people to understand there's going to be ebbs and flows. There's going to be quitters and tourists and people who never really wanted to do it in the beginning. And that's okay. Just ask yourself, are you on the field? Are you being your best player? Are you being coachable? Are you putting in the reps? Are you putting in the effort to be excellent? Because yeah, just out there to play and being out there to win, two very different things. So play to win.
Oh my God, Leslie, like I c- I can't believe there's not more people going to be turning into these calls because they're fire training. Like these are fire trainings. So
It's
the
all good.
analogy, the analogy of this sports, like I, I knew the training was going to be good, and even like you said last month, but you like my mind is blown away. I've got like pages of notes here. So the rugby ball and the like, if the ball comes ahead of you, just catch it, tap it, kick it, do whatever you're supposed to do. Ball into something. Like I love that. And then you're like the rocket. Yeah. So the rocket might go and it takes up all the energy. So like these are terms I'm gonna remember later. Like I'm gonna be like, be the rock, be the rugby ball. Just hit it, knock it, do something with it. Yes, we are in rocket season, and that applies to any business, like not just network marketing, but like starting your own business or the people we see out there doing vendors or someone starting a fitness or coaching business. It's more effort in the beginning, and then it gets easier. Like Yes. Swings and misses, like this sports analogy that you are giving us. There you are. This sports analogy that you're giving us, like playing to win looks different, like 100%. And I love that this sports analogy kind of keeps going, like, what's your season? And the people that you're looking at for your business, what season are they in? You know, are they here to play rec ball or are they here to play? Because, like you said, if you think about the people who like encourage you, so like for me, it's like yourself, Laura Eisner, like people who were like, yes, Sheena, you can do this. Like, wait, I met you and I know that you can achieve. Finding those people out there, like building your team. And right, if you just fail some month, you can do whatever you are trying to and you still don't succeed because you're a team. And that's gonna come with the business. So, so many amazing nuggets in the words of Kelly GT. When you start bringing out your highlighter, you start knowing there's like words of wisdom flying, and that's what I was doing. You know, like you said, pick your goal, decide your vision, play to win, and it will feel different. And you're going to know you're playing to win because you will sweat and you will feel different. So, Leslie, amazing training. Thank you for.
Thank you for inviting me, and I hope you have a kick-ass close. There's still a few
Um,
hours.
It's the last day of the month, and for everybody, we're rolling into our holiday season. So everybody who watches this, I will be replaying this tomorrow. I'm gonna post this um, on a YouTube link so that Leslie, everybody from your team and your beautiful place in Waterloo and in Ontario can tap in. And then December, we don't have any speaker, and then in January we have Stephanie Pitcher, I believe. Let's Elevate. She's going to be speaking to us in January. So thank you, Leslie. You are a delight to have. You are so full of wisdom, and thank you for taking the time. I know you're on the road, so I appreciate you making the time and enjoy the rest of your evening. So
Hey,
thank you.
love ya. See
Love
ya.
you.
Bye.
Bye.